Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I do want to apologize. I did not do a setup with you guys on my sinking funds, my savings tracker, or my credit card log or anything like that. But I am closing them out because today is September 22nd. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is the first day of fall. Hence the pumpkins and the pine cones and the little gourds and stuff in here. I got them at Walmart. They were like 98 cents and it was too cute not to use. So I have that. That's going to go well with my October budget sheets. And if you have not seen my new releases video, I do have October budget sheets in my shop and they look gorgeous. Little pumpkins. Just so pretty. I love it. So anyways, yeah, sinking funds, savings tracker, and then I have a credit card log back here, and lots of things happened and still happening and will happen throughout the month, but I pretty much am ready to close these out because I'm not doing any other transactions right now. So so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to pop these budget sheets out. We're going to zoom in a little closer and let's just go over what this month was about. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So, sinking funds, that's what we're going to start with. This is what we're going to talk about. I had not a lot of things, but a handful of things that happened for this account that were very important. One thing I did have that I haven't marked here in the addition column is the child tax credit. I mark it once I know it's actually going to deposit. And I never get a pending deposit for it, and I never really see it coming, but it's usually on the 15th of every month. I'm just saving the child's tax credit deposits, waiting for tax season, and make sure it doesn't mess with our taxes. And then as long as everything's clear, then I can, do whatever I need to do with it, especially for my son. I'm only getting it for one of my children because the other one is almost 23. So obviously, even though he lives at home, he doesn't qualify. But I have a 17-year-old who's a senior in high school. And we still qualify for the child tax credit and we get $250. So I'm not sure how they do the math or figure out how or why we need it, but if they're going to give it, I'm going to keep it. And then unless I have to use it for something for my kid, then I'm not going to mess with it and I'm just going to save it for right now. But if he needs new clothes, new shoes, something where we have to spend a few $100s to purchase throughout the school year, then I would definitely use that to pay for it and worry about my taxes later. So that was not a problem. So here at the top, I have my sinking funds is Amazon Prime. So you see I have $120 in there. I added $10 and then I took out $119. So when my Amazon Prime came due on September 13th, I actually had it charged to a credit card. I used to have it on my debit card, but now I have it on my credit card. And so I paid my credit card out of the sinking funds. And I can do that because they're all one bank, one account. And so, yeah, I took that amount and paid the credit card a payment and one other payment. I combined two payments from in here. It was the senior year where I bought portraits for my son, who has his senior portraits, and his little tux outfit is so cute. And so anyways, those two things I paid out of the sinking funds that were put on the credit card and paid that off. And then right now, the rest of these are kind of building up, so I didn't take anything out of these. I didn't take anything here, nothing there. So these are just, the first two are subscription. Disney Plus is annual, and Apple subscription. Disney Plus, I do it annually just because it's cheaper than the $6.99 a month option that was presented to me. And so if I divide it by 12, I can save $13. Same thing with the Apple subscription. They only gave me once a year purchase for my Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all the things for my Mac. And that's why I have that subscription for my laptop. Orkin termite and spray, so they spray quarterly. And then I also have a termite contract that happens once a year. So I total all of those amounts together, divide by 12, and I estimate about $55 a month. Heating and AC, there's a contract. We come in the fall and the spring, and I pay it once a year, and I just put away $20 a month for that. City of Chesapeake, that is vehicle property tax and stormwater fees. Combine all those, what we paid this past year, divided by 12, and that's where I got my number from. Cell phone tech, I just throw $100 in here all the time. And when I need technology or when I need to upgrade or need something, I pull from here, and I did use that. So City of Chesapeake obviously was not used, but I did use my cell phone tech because my, let's see, if you saw my setup for paycheck 3, you would see I have a Sprint bill and a T-Mobile bill. And that's because Sprint is going away. T-Mobile bought Sprint and they're doing this transition thing. And I actually had to pay both this month back to back. One was due on the 23rd, one's due on the 24th. So in order to pay for it, it was $216.34, I believe, for T-Mobile. I pulled out of what I had here in the cell phone tech and paid that bill because I had already planned to pay for my Sprint. And that was already budgeted in, and T-Mobile wasn't. Sprint charges the next month for the previous month. So when I paid Sprint in September, I was paying for all of August charges. So I'll probably have to pay for Sprint one more time for the first 3 days of September, because I think on the 3rd is when we got our bill. And then, but T-Mobile charged for September at the front end of the month. And I guess they just make adjustments if you go over anything where there's extra charges in the next month. I have no idea. Because the billing cycles are different, that's the reason why I used it. And I added a few extra dollars to balance things off. So I actually took out, $236.32. All right. So that is what I took out, and that is good. And I'll do the ending totals here in just a minute. So Christmas fund, didn't take anything out of there. Vacation fund, we didn't take anything out of there. And this is short trip vacation fund, not big trip. I usually keep that in my savings tracker when I want to save up all year or whatever. I may actually make this for a long-term one and do small increments for next year. I haven't decided. We had a great time this year in Gatlinburg, and I don't know where we're going or what we're doing next year, so I'm not sure about vacation yet, if I'm going to keep it here or not. I added $17 here. I didn't take anything out there. I added $10 here. Senior year. So here I took $280.92. So the reason I did this is because $20 of that was to pay for the sitting fee that I pulled out back in August when my son did his pictures. And then $260.92 of this was to pay for his portraits. That is how expensive. I got through. The package had a 1 8x10, 2 5x7s, 4x6s, and then 8 wallet, and maybe some 4x4s. Not a lot of photos. And then I needed 2 more 8x10s on top of it, which were totaled up to this $260. So it was not cheap. And I think they purposefully don't give you 3 8x10s in a reasonable package on purpose. So I have to pay extra, and it's no big deal. But I have the money for it, and I put it on the credit card, and I paid the credit card with this amount. So I deducted it from here, from the senior year. Canva, I don't need to put anything in there. I did get a deposit of $250, and I didn't take anything out there. We had dividends for the bank account. It's a credit union, so they give dividends in our bank. And this is the total, $631.27. That was accounted for in these different areas. Now, did I deposit that amount? No. What got deposited was the $250 plus the $61 and maybe $45, because these, when I take it from checking and I move it to this specific savings account for these sinking funds, if I can cover this amount with that, and actually it was just these two here, not this one here, when I can cover it for what I normally would deposit in here. If it's less than what I deposit, I just take it out of the payment I would normally put in here. And then it gets reduced. I reduce the number here, reduce the number here, and then what was in these accounts just kind of trickle down into all the others, making the balance. Not a lot of money's moved unless I absolutely have to. And because this is all one savings account, I'm compartmentalizing this specific savings account with these funds. As long as you do your math right, you know what you have for each sinking fund. So first one here, I just have $1 left. Well, maybe more, $11 left. There we go. So I had 120 plus 10 minus 119 gives me $11 left. So here I have $52 and I have 47 cents plus the 583. I know it's an odd number, but it works. Is 58.30. And I put that twice because these are identical in the amounts, and that works there. And then I add $55 to this 111, and that gives us 166. And then 90 plus 20 obviously is 110. I like to do the math just in case I'm wrong. Let's see, 162.02 plus 57 gives me 219.02. And then this one, I do need the math. So $355.85 minus, or sorry, let's do this again. Go away. There we go. $355.85 plus the $100 minus the $236.32, and that gives us $219.53. Christmas fund, that's $500. Goal is to get $600 by Christmas or by November, and so it's October and November. Yeah. So by the end of November, I'll have all $600 and I will be good to go. And then let's see what's next. $100 plus the $50, $150 for vacation. Don't know if I'll be using that. Don't have any plans right now, so we'll see. This one is $17. This one is $40. And let's see. So I have $1,000 for this one, and I spent $280.92. All right, so that gives us $719.08. Now, in addition to having the sinking funds, I also have, find my notebook real quick. I also have a senior tracker where I'm tracking exactly what comes out of that account that I created for myself. Budget sheet, here we go. So every time I spend something, so senior year spending. So every time I spend something, I can just log it here, and kind of when the end of the year comes, I can see exactly what I spent and how it went down. Where if I wanted to know when I bought something, I would have to flip through all my sinking funds to figure out when did I buy it. Where here I can see easily, okay, this is when I paid for that. Even though I forgot the date on this one, I know it was August. I know when I bought that, and then in order. So the next thing you're actually going to see, the first of next month, is the yearbook. And that, whew, we're talking $85 maybe. And that's not even with all the bells and whistles. So there's that. So I have the sinking fund, and I also have a tracker for the specific category, like my senior year, because I know multiple things are going to come out, and I want to know when I bought it and when it should, you know, if there's any problems, I can refer back to dates and specific times and things and stuff. So Canva, I pay for it annually, and it's about $120. So that's for next year. I think next summer is when I'm going to be paying for it. It's close to that. I don't know exactly how much. So I have child tax credit. So far we've gotten $500 plus the 250. So I have 750. And I think it goes all the way to December. So October and November, 500. So that's all we're going to get, I think. 250 times 6. No, 1,500 is what we're going to get. So, yeah. I think that's how it works. I don't know anymore. Anyways, but I do know we got child tax credit, and that's where we're at right now. So last month we had $404.09 of dividends, and I'm adding 61 cents. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And I'd rather it go up, not down. Oops. Not sure what I did that for. Smeared the ink a little bit. There we go. So $4.70 is where we're at here. And that is the total of this column. So let's total how much I took out, and then we'll total the ending. So 119 plus the 236.32 plus the 280.92. There we go. I think this is right. I might have written the wrong number here. I'll double check that in a minute. 636.24. So I'm going to break away just for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to leave that number in just for a second. I need to total my ending to see if it matches my bank balance. And then if it doesn't, then I know I wrote the wrong number here. So let's go ahead and do this column. And if this matches what my bank says, then we're good. So I have $11 plus the 58.30 plus 58.30 plus 166 plus 110, 219.02, 219.53 plus 500 plus 150 plus 17 plus 40 plus 719.08 plus 120 plus 750 plus 470. There we go. So $3,142.93. So that is accurate to my bank account to the penny. Oops, that number's not accurate. $3,142.93. And so this total is what compartmentalizes everything I have in my sinking funds. And these totals match up what I need for that sinking fund. So let's see if the numbers go across the way I think they should. Yeah, it should, because that should be higher. So this could be a little bit lower because I did spend more out of this. So this would have $3,147.90 plus the $631.27 minus the $636.24 equals that same number. So we're good. Check and check. So that is the sinking funds. That's how I run my sinking funds. I just have one specific designated savings account. I track it on paper within that savings account. This is the number I see, but I know on this piece of paper, it tells me what I can spend out of what category and how much. And I absolutely love it because those annual expenses don't sneak up on me anymore. Those annual expenses or those random quarterly expenses or anything like that I don't have to scramble to pay for them because I have a place designated to save for it and then use it when I need it. Some people don't like spending out. They feel bad or they feel uncomfortable spending out of it because the money drops. I don't feel that way. I absolutely love the fact that I could go, hey, my son gave me his yearbook paperwork. Let's see if I've got it. And see, he's using Justin's here. This is the yearbook company. And here's like little icons and stuff we can pick. And we've circled what we're going to pick. And it's by Justin's, the same ones that did my class ring and yearbook years ago. And, you know, what you can order and all that stuff. $70 is our yearbook. And then when you add on a lot of the package stuff over here, yeah, it's going to add up. So I think ours is about $85 or just under, depending on tax and stuff, close to $90 for his yearbook. But he hasn't bought a yearbook since he started high school. He doesn't have a lot of friends. He's autistic. He has friends, but he has his core friends that he spends time with. So he didn't want to get one every year when they're $70 every year, no matter what class, senior year or not. But I said, your senior year, you can have a yearbook. You can get all the bells and whistles. And so I saved from the previous years by not buying him, and then bought him the senior year. So that's pretty awesome. So now we're going to switch from sinking funds to the savings tracker. So my savings tracker is kind of small. I run it like a sinking fund. You can run it however you want. I even changed my budget sheet to have category instead of date here. In my shop, it will say date, not category. And, all right, so this is my mobile version of my Etsy store right here. And let's see, I need to find, let's say, savings tracker. And just search savings. You know what, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Okay, let's just go to, at the top here, I can find, there, September budget sheets. And savings tracker, here it is. So this savings tracker I've personalized for myself. You're gonna see here, in my shop, it says date, beginning, what you added and what you took out, and the ending. So that's what that's going to show. And these are just my icons on how the sheets look and things like that. So yeah, these are my budget sheets. This is my shop. Oops, went too far back. And you just type Lisa's Faith budget plan, and that's where you find it. And I have October up. I've taken down the first of the year because I'm going to redo a lot of those. And I have other trackers in here, house trackers, baby trackers, all kinds of stuff. So if you're looking for something like that, I have the sheets for it. They're cheap, inexpensive, and you can print as many as you want for yourself. And I love it. So back to my savings tracker. 6 months. I was hoping to put $65 in month of September. I'm cutting it close, and this month has been spendy, and I've definitely been spending too much money, and you'll see that in my weekly check-in coming up on Friday. Yeah, I'm not doing well. When I am in a bad place, sometimes I just spend, and I say screw it, and I spend, and I've done that a couple of times. So anyways, we're just going to go ahead and close this out, and anything I do putting into the savings tracker will happen in the month of October. October is going to be a big month, so look out for my sinking fund savings tracker there, especially the savings tracker, because we get a third salary check in in October that we don't normally get. So at the end of the month, we're going to deposit that in here and make that part of our 3 to 6 months full check, and it has overtime. So I have to negotiate, what goes to where, what things do we want to plan to pay. I want to pull all this overtime money that's going to be coming in. I want to pull at least $1,000 out and finish painting the upstairs of my house and hire my painter again for the winter time, and just pull that cash out so I have it available for him. And then travel expense will be used. My husband will be traveling on business, hence the reason we have overtime coming. And he will get a vacation education savings because he's taking a course in November when he gets back. I don't know if it's early or late November. I have no idea. Let's see. And then there's always dividends. And because I keep a large amount in there, I get higher dividends for this account, and that's the total. And that is all I have going on for this tracker. So as you can see, I'm not changing anything, nothing added, nothing subtracted. So the numbers are not going to change other than the dividends. So I did get another $2.92 and nothing else happened. So I'm just going to just to say I saw it and aware nothing changed, and 906. And the reason I wanted $65 is because I'm hoping to have $9,125, I think is the goal. Because I do increments of either $365 or I do increments of $180, $250 for my trackers. And I'm just $65 away from a full 25 or 26, whatever it is, to track. And that's okay. It's not that big a deal. 706. I usually keep 800 in here, but with my husband, he is a contractor for the Navy. He goes out on ships, depending on who has the contract and who needs what. And so when they set sails, sometimes he goes out with them to support. And he has to pay for his own meals. So we have set aside $800. Now, I do know from the last time he went out, there's still $94 in that account on the ship, and he can transfer $250 at a time. So when that runs low, he'll transfer it out of our checking. I just use the savings to replenish our checking account, and we're good. It's the same $800 over and over again. I just keep it aside until we stop doing this particular job. Eventually, he will change jobs. VA education, there's nothing in there. And this time next year, we may have a different job. We may be doing something different or preparing for something different. So you might see that coming up because he should be done with his master's degree in fish and wildlife management. And we have plans for the future elsewhere. So that's what that's all about. Let's see, 1975 plus the 292 gives me, let's see, $22 and, oops, I cannot write today. It's crazy. 67 cents. All right, so I added $2.92. I didn't subtract anything. So my amount here, 960 plus 706 plus 2267 equals $9,788.67. And if I just subtract the 292, it matches this number right here. So savings tracker done and complete. Flip this over. On my other side of this page is my credit card log. As you see, I've been very busy with my credit card. If it's highlighted in yellow, it means that I planned to pay. I put a bill or subscription of some sort on my credit card. And it's already planned spending for the credit card. I could put it on my debit card and just pay it like a normal bill, but we decided if we're going to do little subscriptions that are $5.99, $6.99, $2, $3, whatever it is, we want to do it as a credit card thing and to keep our credit card active and then pay the bill every month. Though we've been very fond of running it up and then trying to pay it off and then get close and not pay it off every time. Last month I carried $22 over, which I could have paid it off last month, but I just carried it over for math reasons and then was going to pay it off this month. I did make a couple payments here, $364 and $280.92 out of the sinking funds. This was my checking account. This is my sinking funds. So this was my Visa payment, and then this is the other. Do I have, something's not on here. $39. So I do know, and I've seen it in the account, $39. Oops. So 9/21/21 is probably when it got posted. And this is, I forgot the name of the company, but it's a specific company my husband uses. And so that's his thing, $297.41 plus 39. All right, so this is what we owe, $336.41. And then over here, what I take is the $702.59. I don't do the whole number, I just do what I need, and I subtract the 39. And then I bring the 23,000. This is my limit on my credit card. And I still have $23,663.59. So that's how I do my credit card log. Why do a credit card log? If you're going to use your credit card, but you're not very good with keeping track of it in order to know how much is available credit and how you spend it, this is, for me, the way to go. We decided to put the bills on there, and it works. There's the Amazon Prime that I paid out of checking. It got charged. I did do a luncheon at my church that I paid for. Just my credit card was closer and I paid for it then. What else did I have? Erin Condren. You're going to see some Erin Condren products coming up. I'm going to have three different hauls combined into one. So I just haven't had time to do them. And that's going to be pretty cool. So I'm waiting for this to come in, and I'll show you the last 2 or 3 hauls that I've gotten from Erin Condren. You can see all the products that I got, and I'll talk about those. Let's see, Home Depot. We did some home improvement stuff and got blinds for 5 windows downstairs, and they are amazing. They're cordless. They're $50 a piece, but I love them. I love them. I have 5 upstairs. I got 5 downstairs. I need another 5 more to finish off all the windows, I think. And then this I paid for Candid Color, which was the portraits, the $260. I told you about the sinking funds. So that was paid with this payment here. And what I haven't paid is probably this Home Depot and this Erin Condren and things like that in the luncheon. So those things combined kind of equal this $336.41. I may pay more before the end of the month, or I might roll it over into October. And if I roll it into October, then you will see it in October as a balance forward available credit kind of thing, where I would have it like this one's my total balance is $24,000, but I take $22 less than that, and that's what my new available credit is. So I'll start the month off in the hole, but I still will pay it off. And with the overtime coming, I could definitely pay this $336.41 off, as long as I don't put anything else on my credit card. And that is the goal, is to train my brain to go, hey, you don't have the cash. I mean, you have the cash, but that's not where you want to spend it. So you don't have cash to pay this off. You need to start paying it off. Okay, I am back. I had to step away for a little bit and have a chat with my husband. He just came home from work, and okay, get back into this video. So where did I leave off? I'm not even sure where I left off. I think I'm just about ready to close out this video. This is what I owe. I know I talked about rolling this number over into next month, October, more than likely. My husband is getting overtime income, and we should be able to take care of it, and hopefully I won't put anything else on the credit card. So I feel like spending all the time right now. I'm just very triggered, and it's just what's going on. So hopefully I don't get into this and make things worse. So let's go ahead and put everything back in a notebook, and I'll close out this video, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So sinking funds closed out, savings tracker closed out. Not that much happened this month, but a little something happened. I was happy about that. I got all my transactions ready here. This turned out fine. And I have my credit card log, and it's up to date. I'll fill that in after I finish video. I have to go online and figure out the name of the company that my husband uses here. Okay, so that is all I have for you for sinking fund, savings tracker, credit card log. I hope you have an amazing, blessed day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.